Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, September 20th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am a human being, not a human doing. My being is passion in action. My being calls me to take action on passion. And today, speaking of action, we have a grand trine in fire. And this is going to be happening a few times over the course of the next couple of years with Saturn and Sagittarius, Uranus still hanging out in Aries. And today the Grand Trine in Fire is being lit up by Venus. Venus in Leo, connecting to Uranus in Aries, connecting to the Moon and Pallas in Sagittarius. And you know, it's really interesting because Grand Trine in Fire, it brings up the passion. It brings us into action. But we have some interesting stuff going on. We have Saturn in Sagittarius, we have Jupiter in Virgo, and we have Neptune in Pisces. We have these three mutable signs all lit up, asking us to really embody these lessons. Saturn in Sagittarius is tuning us into our beliefs. Sagittarius is the sign of the philosopher. Sagittarius loves to ask the whys and the why nots, all the questions. I know, I'm a Sagittarius, I've been asking questions my whole life. But we're called to go beyond the questions, beyond the theories, beyond like, this is how I think we should live our lives. We're being called into action. This is our step, our pull into action. And I was watching Dr. Wayne Dyer's his tribute last night, and something Carolyn Mace, who's a Sagittarius, a double Sagittarius, said is that, you know, we get beyond the identification of what we believe and don't believe and all that. When we really embody it, that's when there's a mystical experience. When we walk the talk, when we live our talk, when we try these things that are pulling on our soul, that's when we get into it. That's when we are fully experienced and experiencing what we came here for. So this transit is like, hey, let's do this. Jupiter in Virgo is helping us embody. And it's so interesting because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So even though, you know, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be squaring each other sometimes, really what the square is showing us is that resistance that we're going to be working through on embodying our beliefs and walking that talk. Or can we just spout them off as grand ideas and then not live it? So take some action in living it. And that's what the astro is today. The moon starts off the day connecting to Mercury, which is going to spur those ideas. Moon in Sagittarius, Mercury retrograde in Libra. We might be reviewing our beliefs, reviewing what we think. And then it's going to connect to Venus and Uranus. So, Venus and Leo, valuing ourselves, valuing our expression, valuing your expression of action, your expression of your talents. And then Uranus in Aries, which is so helping us embody who we are. I love this combination. And Pallas in the mix. Pallas is like, down with the patriarchy. It's time to get away from those old rules, those old way of doing things, and instead embody the feminine principles that we all carry within us so we can come into balance. And the card I pulled from the Voyager Tarot, because I'm excited to have my cards, so I'm like, yay, other cards. I pulled the Sage of Wands, which is like the Sag of Wands, and Wands is fire. This is perfect. And this is the card of the seer. This is the card of the inner fire that's saying, let this inner fire remind you. Your fire, your light is eternal. There's nothing to fear. You are connected to all that is. So dive in. Be the seer. Allow your life path, your life trajectory to pull you into the fires that you came here to be a part of, the fires that came to help, I don't know, I don't want to say burn you into submission. That's what popped into my head, but that's not it. Hone you into, like, I don't know, the diamond that you are. So we're walking in the fire. And it's not always easy, and we get to see all the stuff within that needs to be worked through, but that's where it starts, in taking the action. So be a human being and allow your passion to guide your action, even if your action is staying in bed all day, which I was tempted to do today. So that is it for today. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.